Mute, Devinder.
Just finding the button. Cheers, Dan. Hi, Derek. You okay?
Hey mate, how are you?
Good. I'm good. Um, First of all, what's it like working with Buddy McGirt? You've hired him in your camp. What kind of differences has he made so far, mate?
When he came in with Gerald, and then I told he's not changing so much. He's just improving a little bit of tweaks, getting my mind right and I got Ruben Tavares to get my into shape and stuff like that. But Bernie McGurk has brought the boxing skills out of me a little bit more.
Good stuff. And in regards to Joseph's last performance, it was against Junior Farr. Did you watch that fight? Did you read too much into that as well about what?
Yeah, I watched it, but I'm not going to judge Joe by that fight because I think that fight was more like because he hasn't boxed for a year and a half, because his last fight was in 2019, and then some fights were meant to happen, they didn't happen, and plus with this pandemic, he didn't get much sparring going on in New Zealand and stuff like that. So I didn't really watch that much of that fight. I watched it, but I was not really paying attention to it with details as much.
Good stuff. And just very finally as well, in regards to Saturday night, is it going to be a similar sort of game plan, start fast, similar to what you did with Usyk? Because you came up very fast, didn't you? Landing bombs straight away.
That's what I know.
Good stuff. Thanks a lot, Derek. All the best as well from the Boxing Voice, and good luck Saturday night.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Okay, if we go to Riaf from the Daily Mail next, please.
Hi, Derek. How you doing?
Hey, mate.
Derek, last time we spoke, you said that you'd spent a lot of your kind of time between fights hunting and doing various other things. What have you been doing to fill the time since Usyk?
What I've been doing, I don't know, mate, to be honest with you. I've been doing what everybody does, going for walks and drinking a cup of coffee or tea. I think that was the general thing the last 2 years of our life. So that's what I've been doing. I haven't done any shooting or anything like that.
Yeah. What's that like for you then? How are you someone who finds lockdown reasonably easy, or does it get inside your head?
I think if you don't keep the mind occupied, it gets inside your head and you just figure out what's happening right now. But if you keep your mind focused and things to do every day, go for a walk, have a coffee, hang out with your family, make lunch for your family, go for another walk and stuff like that, go for a jog, you'll be all right.
Derek, you're 37 now. I mean, what would you say is the kind of aim for this kind of next phase of your career? I mean, where does it go for you, all being well?
I don't look at my age. I just look at it like as long, the British public and the world still want to watch me fight, I will fight. I'm 37, but I don't mean nothing for me. It's just... it's just the way of life. You get old and then you carry on what you're doing.
How long do you think your body lets you sort of stay at the level for?
If you eat right and you treat it right, as many years as you want. Who is it?
Mate.
Pardon? Who? 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. I'm coming. Is you open?
Hello, mate.
Hi.
I've got the tester guy here.
Bring him in.
That's nice. What's happening?
I'm all right, fella.
You good?
I'm good. Are you doing another one?
Round two.
Round two.
Okay. I've got the other the career weight taken back to the airport.
Which one is this one?
This is one that you wanted, the one that'll pick up the fast one.
Did you do the other guys as well?
I'm going to do them next, yeah.
Okay,
do you
thanks.
first. All right, yeah?
Derek, did you want to carry on with the questions now or wait until you've done your set?
Fucking shove something up in my fucking mouth and my nose, and then that's it. Anyway, fella.
Yeah.
So this guy, if he fucking gets to my brains, I'm gonna fucking punch him in the balls.
Oh, he did it on you, all right?
Yeah.
I know it's all right. Okay, mate, I'll spot you. Okay, yeah, no. Okay, one nostril. Hold on.
Fucking shit we have to do.
I know.
So we're gonna do now, Buddy and Ruben Tavares.
That's correct, yeah.
And who else?
That's it. All right, hold on. Sorry. Oh, we can go on there.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. And then actually no, can you do Kevin as well, please? Kevin.
Oh, what?
Yeah, for the
Quick.
yeah, quicker. Yeah, do Kevin Q.
No problem. I'll get another one up.
Thank you. Hey mate. Sorry, I'm back.
Okay, go to Danny Flex from Seconds Out.
Hey Derek, how you doing, mate?
I'm alright, man. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. I wanted to ask you, this must be, I haven't counted it up, but you've had so many main events on box office, pay-per-view events now. It doesn't matter if you lose, it doesn't matter how old you get. You're always going to be someone, it seems, that the British public want to see. What do you think, in your own words, is the key to that? Why are you so popular?
I think the key to that is just tell the British public the truth. Just tell them how it is. Because you have to understand is my fans are the local university guys, local builders, local electricians, guys, no more guys who just want to go out, have a pint, have a joke in the pint when they're having in the pub or anywhere they go. And I don't have that filter of trying to impress the top guys. I want to impress the no more guys, basically. The easy guys. Guys who's happy by having fish and chips for dinner every day. He's all right with that. Those are the guys I want to impress. As long as those guys buy those 40-pound tickets, those 30-pound tickets, I'm happy.
Brilliant. And obviously you're working with a new trainer for this fight, but so is Joseph Parker. He's now working with Andy Lee. Andy Lee previously, or recent times, working with Tyson Fury, someone I know you've got a lot of respect for. What do you think Andy Lee can bring to Joseph Parker's camp? How can he change him, if at all?
It's totally different because, if he went there because he's training Tyson Fury, he went there for the wrong reasons, because Tyson Fury is totally different beast. From day one in the amateurs with Tyson, has always been a competition, and then Joe, he's never had this competition in his life, so he don't understand how is the right way to compete, to survive. Yes, he's a big fish in a small pond in New Zealand, but when he came up to London to box AJ, he froze, box Dylan White, all the big fights he's ever had, he's never come out the right way because he don't know what to expect. And every time he boxed in New Zealand for the big fights, he's always done well, but not really great. But for this fight, man, we're just excited about it.
Brilliant. Well, very best of luck for Saturday night, and yeah, look forward to watching it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Danny. If we go to Andy from Boxing Social next, please.
Hi, Derek. How you doing?
Hey, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Just before I start, is there any chance I could ask you just to shift slightly, I think, to your left, just because the sun's like the other way? Sorry, just because the sun's kind of blocking your screen. Perfect, thank you. Derek, just kind of going on to Joseph Parker. Where would you say he kind of ranks in amongst your past opponents, and what have you specifically been studying on him that you think you might bring to the fight you may not have had to come up against previously?
We know he's got fast hands, but I know Usyk had fast hands. He's from what I looked on his pictures and everything, he's lost so much weight. So we know basically his game plan is to box and run. So we don't know what he's gonna bring, and he don't know what I'm gonna bring. So it's for someone to say how he's gonna bring this and this, it's totally different. But he knows what I'm bringing. I'm just gonna bring the heat on him.
You just mentioned there you're going to bring the heat on him. That's one reason why certainly British boxing fans enjoy watching you fight so much. Is that, again, just one thing you're maybe slightly gutted about with regards to this fight, the fact that fans aren't going to be able to attend?
Yeah, fans might not attend, but they're still watching through TV and through the internet, and bootlegging it on different channels. So that's okay for me. I don't mind.
How much do you miss it on the night, though? The atmosphere, the roar of the crowd?
Hey, you know what? to be honest with you, we miss it. Every sport misses it, man. From Formula One to tennis to boxing, anything to do with sport, we miss the fans, and the fans miss the sport as well. So it's coming back soon.
Right, Derek, appreciate that. Thank you, and best of luck for Saturday.
Thanks, Andy. If we go to Jeremy Herridge's next, please.
Hi, Derek. I read that you reached out to Buddy McGirt via Instagram. I'm curious, what made you seek out Buddy McGirt, and were there other trainers that you considered as well?
Yeah. So basically, I trained with Buddy, I think it was 4 years ago in LA. I was there for like 2 weeks, and I went to the gym. He was training, and I was helping me sparring in the corner. And then one day I was like, I need a boxing trainer. So I started flicking through, and I actually reached out to Michael Tava as well. And then and then Tava and me swapped numbers. And then after I realized, hold on, I know Buddy McGirt. So let me get him down for the first week and see how he goes. And then after, I get Tava down. But when Buddy came, we kind of just gelled a little bit, and then everything was fine. So I was like, you know what? Can you train me for this fight?
I know that Parker's manager, David Higgins, has been vocal about possibly retiring you, Parker retiring you. When you hear something like that, do you just like not pay attention to it, or does it fuel you to want to fight harder?
You know, I would say I don't want to say anything bad about Higgins. He's an alcoholic, and he's relaxed and he left the booze for a while. You know, this is why he's a manager, because he does things we can't do. You know, he talks about retirement and all this. And Joseph Parker's never retired anybody in his bloody life, so I don't understand what does it mean by that. But it's okay. Everybody's got an opinion, so I'm all right with that. Opinions are allowed in sport. You know, oh, it's a red card. No, it's not a red card. It's a yellow card. Everybody's got an opinion, so it's everybody's opinion. I don't care. Whatever he says, who says, she says it don't matter for me.
Sounds good. Derek, thank you and best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Jeremy. If you go to Ames from Boxing News TV, please.
Ames here for Boxing News TV. Pleasure to speak to you again, Derek. Derek, you made mention of your unhappiness in recent interviews about the way you were portrayed in commentary in your fight with Usyk. Could you clarify what you didn't like about it, and do you feel the same could happen again in this fight?
Hey, man, that's why I was going to say something, but, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, the problem is, you know, the whole comment. Listen, the whole thing was just a bias thing, you know. But Chucky, I'm fighting a fight, and then when I get home, and then they're like, "What's up with Sky? They're not backing you." You know what you mean? They're like, "Oh, they say the commentator on Sky was not fair, Macklin and Adam Smith." I'm like, so I heard it, and then I put him up. I put Adam Smith and Macklin up on it, and then we made up. You know, but if you go and listen to the commentators and you can see the fight, you can see it's totally biased anyway, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. I can't say anything else now because the fight's over now.
With the seemingly imminent move of Matchroom Boxing from Sky to DAZN, I want to know, from a boxer in your position who's enjoying the benefits of fighting on pay-per-view, who could potentially move to a non-pay-per-view centered platform, whether you would look to move to DAZN or stay with Sky Sports. What's your thoughts there?
Show me the money. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends what Eddie offers.
So you're welcome to either platform?
I'm a free agent. I go anywhere. If I fight on DAZN 1 week, next week I fight on Sky. I don't mind.
Appreciate that, Derek. Thank you.
Thanks, Ames. If we go to Jonathan Nagyoff next, please, from Pro Boxing Fans.
Derek, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. We saw you pictured with Daniel Dubois sparring him. I'm wondering, did you sort of give him any advice? Do you feel like you're in a position to help sort of the new crop of heavyweights coming through?
Oh yeah, man. You know why? I see before even we sparred, I just told him this is what happened a couple months ago. Don't worry about it, man. It's just life. And I go to him, I'm like, the best thing you ever did for your career was to take that knee down. Take a knee. I was like, don't listen to anybody. I'm like, when you listen to these guys who are pen pushers like yourselves, criticizing him by taking a knee down, you know, it's difficult. So, well, I told him, don't worry about it. You live to fight another day. And that's what he's doing now.
You fought a number of different heavyweights over the years. Joseph's another one to the list. Is there anyone you haven't fought yet that you'd look to want to fight if you come through Saturday night?
I don't know. Depends what the public want to see. It totally depends what the public what they want to see.
Appreciate it, Derek. All the best.
Thanks, Jonathan. If we go to Wingy Boxing next, please.
Derek, what's going on, brother? You well?
I'm well, so how are you?
I'm very good, very good. Good to see you smiling, man. Good to see you chilling. The coconut water.
About, you know me, when the bandana goes on.
Oh, I know. It's war. What are you happy with boxing at the moment, with your boxing career, where the places boxing has taken you? What state of mind are you in with boxing right now? Because you're always smiling and happy, but I want to just try and get in there a bit with regards to the sport.
What is happiness? That's what, you know, am I happy right now? Yes, I'm happy right now because there's so many things happening in the world that my problems they're uncompared to other people's problems right now. Well, I'm grateful for Jesus Christ, Almighty Lord, for giving me this blessing of, you know, fighting, you know, my kids are healthy, my family's healthy, you know, and I'm happy that I'm not in prison like some of my friends, because if I didn't have boxing, I'd probably be in prison. I'm happy because boxing is opening so many gates for me that, you know, it's provided so much for me. So I'm happy. Yes, I am happy.
Good. And so many big fights that you've had at this stage, do you still get that tingle deep down? Do you still get that excitement? Or is it just about the money now? Obviously the money's important, but do you still get that tingle, the excitement?
You get the excitement and you get the fear factor as well.
Right.
Yeah, this is my 43 fight. You know, you get the excitement, you get the fear factor, and you just like, wow, it's on.
You still love it?
Still love it, man. I still love it.
Keep smiling, brother. Nice.
Thanks
for speaking to Wingy Boxing, and keep going, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wingy. If we go to James Regan next, please.
Hey, Derek. I guess you made a lot of Joe pulling out a good last fight that you were supposed to have. Do you kind of have a message for him a few days out with respect to that? And how do you think the fight might be different if it was a couple of years ago?
I'm all right. Are you sleeping? You just woke up?
Yeah, I'm in New Zealand, mate. It's the middle of the night. So
apologize.
But, yeah. What's that?
What time is it now?
3 o'clock, 3 a.m.
At least you're gonna have a nap afterwards. Yeah, hey, listen, the message I Joe is just like, just get ready, man. Storm is coming, the thunder's coming, bro. We are coming. We're gonna make it rain.
Do you feel like the fight might be different this time around than it might have been a couple of years ago? How is Joe different now?
Listen, Joe's got a new trainer, but I don't believe he's the way he boxes is going to change the way he boxes. I think when it gets harder, he's going to look in the corner, he's going to see a new face, and he's going to get into a panic stage. For me, when it gets harder, I'll just look at myself and say, oh, mate, stop being a pussy, man. Let's just rock with this shit, man. Let's just rock and roll. You know, I'm just ready to rock and roll.
Oh, good. Thanks, bro.
Go back to sleep, man. Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks, James. If we go to Michael Morgan next, please.
Hey, Derek, how are you this afternoon?
I'm all right, man. You're having a good time, man. You're in the garden.
I thought I'd liven it up a bit because you're telling my man that he's half asleep. I'm going to show you who's really, really awake. Speaking of awake, though, the last time we spoke, I know it was a few years, you kind of gave hints. You gave kind of like leanings towards your love of MMA. Now, recently, I've seen the pictures, I've seen the videos. How seriously are you considering a move over to MMA?
Don't know. Them guys knock each other out, boy. But them guys are 5 ounces, isn't it?
4 ounce gloves.
You know what? They shouldn't call it MMA. It's just cool. It's a Mandingo fight. Those fights they have there, bro. Because let's all be honest, man. That is from the slave back in the days. It was like black brothers fighting black brothers to the death. It's just now they just put rounds in it. But really and truly, there's nothing good come out of that, man. You know, you get your broken jaw, your eye socket broken. For people to say, yes, do you see that fight? I don't know. But I will, though. If they make Bellator and UFC, if I do a little quick one in now, might. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what's quite intrigued when you're saying you're a free agent of sorts, because seeing the recent pictures of you with Michael Venom Page and James Haskell down at London Shoot, in terms of like the regime that they put you through, in terms of like the training that you've been put through, I mean, I know it might be a bit of a cliche question, but is that enhancing your training? Is that helping at all?
They do. Listen, for when I go train there, I don't train like MMA fighters. They train me like a boxer. You know, I train by 3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
I don't 3 minutes. I don't cut my rounds short. My rounds are 3 minutes. When Michael and them not train, they train for 5 minutes. When I spar for 3 minutes, not for 5 minutes. So they don't change anything. It's just 3 minutes blocks, basically.
Thanks, Del.
Thank you, sir. Hey, God, it looks nice, man.
Thank you, man. It takes me ages. Anyway, on to the next question.
Okay, thanks, Michael. We go to Brett Redmond next.
Hi, Derek. You're doing well, mate. 37 years of age, I must say that your press conferences are just as interesting as your fight, mate. So it's great to be able to have a chat with you.
Thank you very much.
Recently, David Haynes said that Alexander Usyk's team that you were sat with turned around to David immediately after the fight and said, Derek's going to take this. Derek has got the victory. Is there still that sense of newfound optimism, just as I've mentioned there, at 37 years of age going into this fight, that you can still hang and mix it with the younger, bigger guys as well?
Okay, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it. Listen, I'm 37. It's okay. I still punch. Listen, I'm not scared of him. I'm scared of nobody. You know, he don't bring anything I haven't seen yet. Yeah, in his mind, he might think I'm 37. The whole 37 thing must be playing in his mind, but I'm not scared of him. Yes, he's a younger man, but you know, I'm scared of him now. You should know the story anyway.
Listen, one of the reasons why I ask you a question like that is because clearly we know what you're about, you know, from a fight fan's perspective, as you said, pen pushers, and we sit at home on our sofas and criticise. But what personally I'm expecting to see from that, and I've just seen from your reaction there, is that is there the potential to come out, start fast and blow him away?
Potential is I'm going to put a fear in God in him. As you can see, I got my lion in the back there. You know, put a fear in God in him. You know, I just arrived now, and maybe my energy is not great because I just did a 3-hour journey on a train. You know, but come tomorrow when I'm rested up and I'm charged up, mate. Different story.
It's going to be an entertaining week, mate, and I can't wait to see it. Derek, I wish you all the best bit of success for Saturday, mate.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got 4 minutes left with Derek. So if we go to Marshall Brown next, please.
Hey, Derek, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good, good. Listen, I want to commend you on your last outing with Usyk, because I'm telling you, I was so impressed with that performance. The guy, most pundits didn't even give you a chance. They thought you would be outboxed. They thought all these things, but you really, really brought the heat. And I want to commend you on that one. And I think, will you have some of that same kind of go get them, you have something to prove, that aggression that you use? Because I think you gassed out a little bit, but did you work on your conditioning, and will you take that same approach when you go after? Because you look like Joseph is going to get on his bike.
Yeah, Joseph. You know, for the Usyk fight was to take the first 6 rounds, and then give away 2 or 3, and then have to pick it back up. Yeah, and then pick it back up. Stuff like that. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so we pick it back up, and but the judges saw it a different ways. Don't understand what they saw. Is there apple juice in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they saw different. Can I get my saps as well, please? They saw a different way. But it's boxing. You know, 1 minute, you know, the chaser, the hunter, loses the fight, and the guy who runs away wins the fight. You know, I don't know how boxing is scored. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me that if an aggressor is fighting and the guy who's boxing and running away, who don't want to fight, does he win the fight? You know, so it's totally different. So we'll see what happens on this fight anyway. You know, I'm just praying we got a good ref and good judges.
Listen, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I know you're coming off of Ramadan and everything, so I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Oh no, I'm not fasting.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you anyway.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we've got time for one final question. So if you pass to Jim Conlon, please, for your question.
Well, there was a lady there for an interview. You better bring her in. I saw her face. She was waiting for a question.
And I'm waiting for a question. Just that we've got to bring in Katie Taylor at 4 because we're on a schedule. But Jim, in the meantime, if you jump in, we'll find out who's going next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Derek, I suppose you're the type of character that you've never said no to anyone in terms of a fight throughout your career. I just want to throw out one name to you who's been on the crest of wave. He had a 1 loss against Tyson Fury, but Otto Wallin. Does Otto Wallin appeal to you in the future in terms of a prospect of a showdown?
Who is he? Never heard of him.
Otto Wallin, he lost to Tyson Fury. He beat Dominic Breazeale recently. He only lost to Tyson Fury. He's only 1 loss in his record.
Where's he from?
Sweden.
I'll look up to him. I'll look at it, and then listen, the boxing game, it's about what the public want to see. So me going and find this guy from Sweden, is the British public gonna pay pay-per-view for this fight? Nah. It's all about what my fans want to see. Before I put any fight out there, I make a post and I post it out there. If I get answers, if I get people start talking about it, then I'll make it happen. But this guy never heard.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, Derek.
Okay, Gail, did you want to ask your question, please? If you're in the chat.
Hi there. I'm trying to start the video, Daniel, but it's not allowing me.
Let me just have a look if I can help you out. 1 moment. You should be able to start it. There you go.
Hiya. Hi, Derek.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Can't complain.
It's an honour to finally get to speak to you. I just wanted to say that. I'll be quick. I know your last fight with Usyk, you were the come forward, aggressive fighter. You were landing punches, yet you didn't get the decision. Does that make you want to take the decision out of the judges' hands this time around?
Yes, 100%. 100%. We are bringing smoke. We're bringing thunder. 100%. I can't leave it to the judges anymore. I'm tired of the judges taking my dreams away every time.
Okay. And just quickly, you seem hungrier now at this stage of your career than ever before. People telling you that you should stop fighting, but you're saying, no, I'm going to keep going. Does that drive you to keep going on? The fact that you've got that negativity for people?
The thing I say is that those who write on paper and on a laptop, they can say things like that because they don't understand, because in their mind, they're already retired. You know, sitting at home and pushing up a paper and writing other people's life stories. This is what they're good at. You know, when you do that and you don't do anything else, even take your dog for a walk, you can't even take your dog for a walk. For me, I can't retire. I don't want to retire. You know, retiring is for me giving up. When I give up, I've given up on so many things, but I don't want to give up yet. You know, so when people keep telling me, oh, you're 37, you should retire. retire. I'm like, if I retire, who are you going to write about? No, first of all, who are they going to write about? Because if I go, they can only write about Tyson Fury and Dylan White, because we're the only people who can say how we feel and how we express ourselves. You know, there's no other fighters out there right now. Daniel can't really say much. There's Joe Joyce don't say much. So who you guys gonna talk about? So you need me in the game still, until somebody I can see say, okay, you know what, he's gonna keep these guys occupied for the next 10 years, so I can drop the gloves and I can hang up the gloves. But before that, I'm not doing anything.
Thank you. I really appreciate your time and wish you the best of luck at the weekend.
Thank you. God bless.